All right, here we are. Welcome back to the live stream. At the half, it is 16-13. Cowboys leading at the half over the Packers. Let's run down these first half stats. Total offense, Green Bay 191 yards compared to Dallas's 145. 110 of those yards for Dallas on those last two series in the first half. 12-9 advantage for first downs for the Packers. Penalties, a big story in the first half. Both teams penalized 5 times. Cowboys for 40 yards, Packers for 34 yards. And there were also, that's 10 accepted penalties. There were also some declined penalties and offsetting penalties. Possession advantage for the Packers, 17 minutes, 45 seconds compared to the Cowboys, 12 minutes, 15 seconds. Individual numbers in that first half. Jordan Love passing the football, 14 of 19, 172 yards and 2 touchdowns. 14 completions are to 8 different receivers in that first half. Leading receiver in that first half for the Packers. As far as receptions, Tucker Kraft, 3 catches for 34 yards. Romeo Doubs, also 3 catches for 19 yards and 2 receiving touchdowns. Receiving yardage leader in the first half, Matthew Golden, 2 catches for 39 yards. Josh Jacobs caught 2 passes for 32 yards, a catch apiece for Emmanuel Wilson, Savion Williams, Luke Musgrave, and Chris Brooks. Running the football, not much there for the Packers in the first half, just 31 rushing yards. Josh Jacobs carried 8 times for 16 yards, and then 15 yards mixed up from 4 other rushers. For Dallas, Dak Prescott, 11 of 13, 113 yards in that first half and 1 touchdown. That touchdown reception for George Pickens. He had 4 catches for 68 yards in that first half. 2 catches for 17 yards for Miles Sanders. 2 catches, 11 yards for Jake Ferguson. 2 catches for 6 yards for Javonte Williams. Ryan Flournoy had a catch for the Cowboys. Running the ball, they're not doing much in the running game either. Javonte Williams, 6 carries for 16 yards. Dak Prescott does have the rushing touchdown. It is a 16-13 lead for Dallas as they trailed all first half but scored 14 points in the final 41 seconds of the first half. Got a touchdown, and then Jordan Love fumbled the football. Dallas got it back at the 15 and scored right before the half, and that's where we sit, 16-13 Dallas as we get ready to start half number 2. Cowboys are going to receive the football to start the second half, which is underway right now. Kick taken in the end zone across the 10, 20-yard line, and a good return up to the 30 and decent field position for the Cowboys on their first possession of the second half. And they will start 1st and 10 at the 30. So first down, Dallas at the 30-yard line, opening possession, quarter number 3. Prescott hands off to Javonte Williams, and Williams will pick up 5 up to the 35-yard line. Good gain for Williams on first down, brings up second down and 5. Second down and 5. Here's another handoff to Williams. Williams will have first down yardage across the 40 up to the 43-yard line. Gain of 8 more and a Cowboy first down. First down from the 43. Opening possession, third quarter. Prescott. Here's going to be movement before the snap. This will cost Dallas 5 on a false start. 6th penalty of the game on the Cowboys. Tyler Smith guilty of the False start penalty for Dallas. First and 15, back at the 38. Prescott under center, takes the snap, will throw for the first time this half, and it's dropped. Pickens had it, but couldn't hang on. I think tried to run before he had full possession of the ball. Second and 15. Pickens just unable to get a full grip on that. Second and 15 for Dallas. Second and 15 at the 38. Another handoff to Williams, and Williams going to be stuffed after a gain of a yard. Be third and long for Dallas, third and 14. Williams going to go to the sideline here. Third and 14. Prescott takes the shotgun snap. Prescott, all kinds of time, airs it deep down the field, incomplete. It'll be fourth down and a Cowboys punt. So Dallas to punt the football. Punt taken at the 19. Getting past the tackler is Dobbs, and out of bounds he goes at the 25. And that's where the Packers will start this first drive of the second half. 12:33 to go, quarter number 3. Here comes Jordan Love and the Packers offense for the first time in the second half. Trailing by 3. So the Packers will get their first series of the third quarter. Again, updating my live stream schedule will be on tomorrow night for the Monday night game between the Jets and the Dolphins. And then we'll be with you on Tuesday for Major League Baseball playoff action. Again, not sure which game or games yet. but we'll let you know during the game tomorrow. We'll let you know which games. Well, hopefully we'll let you know tomorrow. So here we go. First possession, second half for the Packers. First down at the 24. Jordan Love under center. Love takes the snap. Love fakes the handoff to Jacobs. Now will throw to Jacobs. Jacobs across the 30. First down yardage, Green Bay. Jacobs out of bounds around the 38-yard line. Pickup of 14. First down, Packers. From the 38. This is a handoff this time to Jacobs, and Jacobs will get nothing on first down. There hasn't been much in the running game for either team tonight, and Jacobs gets nothing there on first down. Second down 10, Green Bay, ball at the 38. Golden in motion. Love takes the snap. Love looking Golden's way. He finds him. 40, 45 out of bounds around the 46-yard line. Gain of about 8. Packers going to be a couple yards shy of the first down. It'll be third down and 2. Third down for Green Bay. They need 2. 4 for 6 on third down conversions tonight. Love in trouble. Love is going to be sacked, but it's going to be a face mask, I think. This is going to be a first down for Green Bay. I think they're going to get Sam Williams for a face mask. Yep, he's got it right. Showing the replay, and it's a clear grab of the face mask for the Cowboys defensive tackle, Sam Williams, going for the sack on Jordan Love. So this will cost Dallas 15 and give Green Bay a first down. There was also a defensive hold on Dallas. They will obviously take the face mask. So great job by Williams to get to Love, but just grabbed the wrong part and grabbed inside the face mask. And the drive stays alive for Green Bay. 7th penalty of the night on Dallas, and that's about 2 or 3 now that have been very, very costly. $60 yards on those penalties. First down, Packers, ball at the Cowboy 47. And now we have a stoppage. Officials getting back together again. Not sure what this is about. Officials are still discussing something. I'm not sure what this could be. But they have set it ready for play and we're set to go. Oh, they had the football marked at the wrong spot. Ball at the 38, first down. Love the handoff. This is Jacobs with running room. Jacobs left side, 30, 20 out of bounds around the 18-yard line. Pickup of 20 for Josh Jacobs and a Packers first down. As the Packers have marched it down into the red zone on this first possession for them here in the second half. Screen pass on first down. This will be good for a gain of about 5 and run out of bounds at the 14-yard line. Savion Williams, another reception. Second down, 6 coming for the Packers. Love now approaching 200 yards passing. He's at 198. Clock running, 9:10 in the third. Second down, 6. Ball resting right at the 15. Love fakes the handoff, rolls left, throws to an open receiver, and this is a touchdown, Green Bay. Tucker Kraft with the reception and a 15-yard touchdown, and the Packers are back in front. A 15-yard touchdown pass from Jordan Love to Tucker Kraft. Did he get in here is the question. Ooh. Kraft reached. His elbow hit the pylon, but the ball was tucked in on the other side. And they are looking to see if it's not a touchdown, it's going to be first and goal at about the quarter-yard line. So it's his elbow hit the pylon, but the ball was tucked in on this side. But it looked like the corner of the football may have still touched the pylon. So this will be interesting how they rule this. This is either a 15-yard touchdown pass from Love to Kraft, or it's going to be first and goal at about the quarter to half yard line. So they have gone to an official review. It's a scoring play, so it gets reviewed anyway. We will see what they decide. This is very close. Call on the field was touchdown. So there has to be indisputable evidence to overturn that. And the question is there enough to overturn it? And it looks like they are going to say Kraft was short by about a half yard at most. So they are marking Kraft short. of the goal line on the review. So no touchdown. The Packers are going to have the ball. The nose of the football is almost touching the goal line. That's how close to the end zone they are. This may just be a keep for Jordan Love. But now we've got flags. Well, now it's going to be back to the 5-yard line as Green Bay just false started. They got Elgton Jenkins for a false start. Said moving the football before the snap. That's what they got him on. So 1st and goal back at the 5 for the Packers. This is a handoff to Jacobs, and Jacobs will get to about the 2. Forward progress stop there. It'll be 2nd and goal. 8:15 and counting to play in the 3rd quarter. Packers down 3, but they are 2 yards away from a go-ahead touchdown. Second and goal from the 2 for the Packers. Play clock down to 1, and Love just gets it off. That's a handoff to Jacobs, and Jacobs will be stopped as he gets to the 1. 3rd and goal coming for Green Bay. Third down goal to go, Packers. From the 1-yard line. Handoff for the 3rd time, and Jacobs untouched into the end zone from a yard out, and the Packers retake the lead with 7:08 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Packers back in front, trying to make it 4 with the extra point. McManus on to add the extra point. And the kick is good, and the Packers go back up by 4 with 7:08 remaining in quarter number 3. Packers 20, Cowboys 16. That drive for the Packers, 9 plays, 76 yards, 5 minutes, 25 seconds. A Josh Jacobs 1-yard touchdown run to give the Packers the lead back here in the 3rd quarter. So now Dak Prescott and the Cowboys offense will get their next series trailing once again. Still 22 minutes and 8 seconds left in this football game. Packers to kick it away. And the kickoff. And will be a kneel down in the end zone for a touchback. So back comes Dak Prescott and the Cowboys offense. Trailing 20-16. And the Cowboys will get it at the 20. So here we go. First down. Just over 7 minutes to play in the third quarter. Prescott takes the snap. Prescott to throw on first down. It's caught by Ferguson, but Ferguson does not make it past the line of scrimmage. Great coverage defensively for the Packers. No gain on first down. Brings up second down and 10. Second and 10, Dallas. Ball at the 20. Prescott out of the gun. Will take the snap. Prescott throwing, pass complete, but that's going to be only about a 5-yard pickup on that second down pass. Third down coming up for Dallas. Jalen Tolbert with the catch, his first catch of the game. And here comes third down and 5. 6 minutes and counting to play in the third quarter. Dallas has not converted a third down yet tonight. They're 0 for 4. Prescott takes the snap. Prescott throws left side, open receiver, pass is caught for a first down. That's Turpin on the catch along the sideline, and Dallas has their first third down conversion of the game. Did he get both feet down, catch, drag the second? Yep, sure did. 15-yard completion to Turpin, first down, and this is a handoff to Javonte Williams, and Williams will pick up 4 up to the 43-yard line, bringing up second down and 6. Second and 6 at the 43. On second down, this is a screen to Turpin. Turpin across midfield down to the Packers 46. Give Turpin 11 more and another Cowboy first down. First down, Cowboys in Packers territory at the Green Bay 47. Prescott hands off to Williams. Williams with running room inside the 40 to the 39. Give Williams a gain of 8 on first down. Second down and 2. Cowboys at the Green Bay 39. Prescott throwing, pass complete. That's going to be another first down for Dallas. Only a 4-yard gain, but it's enough for the Dallas first. Second catch of the night by Ryan Flournoy. third-year wide receiver out of Southeast Missouri State. We near 3 minutes remaining in the third. First down, Dallas at the 35. Toss play to Flournoy. Flournoy inside the 30, 25, 22-yard line. 13 more for Flournoy and a Dallas first down as they are driving down to the Packers 22. Good drive for Dallas trying to answer that Green Bay touchdown. Football rests at the 23, first down. Prescott takes the snap. Prescott throwing end zone in, and it's incomplete. Diving attempt by Pickens, but he was covered well, and it'll be second down and 10. Okay, Sean Nixon applied the coverage there to Pickens. Second and 10 at the 23. Prescott takes the snap. Prescott throws short. Pass another catch for Ferguson, and Ferguson gets up near the first down marker inside the 15. Cowboys for sure in field goal range right now. They did give Ferguson a first down on that, so first and 10 at the 13. And we've got movement before the snap. It's going to be a false start once again on Dallas. Luke Schoonmaker guilty of the false start. Make it first and 15 back at the 18. Eighth penalty of the night on Dallas. Green Bay's been penalized 6 times. First and 15 back at the 18. Prescott. Short screen pass to Javonte Williams. Williams inside the 10, gets to the 8-yard line. Gain of 10 on that screen pass to Javonte Williams brings up second down and 5. As we're down to the final minute and counting here in the third. Second down for Dallas. Football rests at the 8-yard line. Prescott throws end zone, touchdown. Jake Ferguson with the touchdown reception, and the Cowboys go back in front here late in the third quarter. Eight-yard touchdown reception from Dak Prescott to Jake Ferguson. And the Cowboys go back in front, can make it a 3-point lead with the extra point. Aubrey to try to add that extra point to push the lead back to 3. Aubrey's kick is up, and the kick is good, and the Cowboys back up by 3, 23-20. With under a minute remaining here in the third quarter. Packers get a touchdown earlier in the quarter. The Cowboys answer to retake the lead. A 12-play, 80-yard drive, 6 minutes, 34 seconds. Dak Prescott, an 8-yard touchdown pass to Jake Ferguson. And Dallas retakes a 3-point lead. So both quarterbacks now, Jordan Love and Dak Prescott, have both passed for 2 touchdowns. Running game's picked up a little bit for Dallas as Javonte Williams started to get some yards built up in the running game. Javonte Williams up to 43 yards rushing. And balance from both quarterbacks tonight as they have found, Jordan Love has found 8 different receivers tonight. Dak Prescott has found 7. So quite the balance of the football tonight as well, getting everybody involved in the game. And the Cowboys lead at 23-20 with 34 seconds remaining in quarter number 3. So do the Packers have an answer again to come back from another deficit? So we are about to get the kickoff. So does Green Bay have another answer? Jordan Love and this Packers offense. Dallas getting set to kick this off. A lot happier Dallas sideline these last 2 quarters as their offense was stymied the first quarter and a half. Here's the kickoff. And this will be taken at the 1. Ran back across the 10, 15, 20-yard line, 25, 30, and dropped right there. Maybe the 31-yard line, and that's where the Packers will start this next drive. Nearing the end of the third quarter. So first down, Green Bay. As this drive starts from their own 30. 29 seconds to go in the third. This is a toss to Jacobs. And Jacobs will be brought down at the 33-yard line. Gain of 3 for Jacobs. And we'll see if that play will take us to the end of the third quarter. And it appears that it will. 3 quarters in the books at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. It's the Cowboys leading the Packers 23-20. 15 minutes to go. It should be a fun and exciting fourth quarter. Taking a look at the stats through 3 quarters. First downs have pretty much evened up. 17-16 edge in first downs now. Dallas only had 1 first down about the midway point of the second quarter. Total yards, Green Bay a 259 to 244 yardage advantage, but the penalties have been a big key tonight. Dallas has been penalized 8 times for 65 yards. Packers penalized 6 times for 38 yards. Time of possession has really evened out. Green Bay had a big time of possession advantage. Now their time of possession advantage only about 2.5 minutes, 23 minutes, 44 seconds to the Cowboys, 21 minutes, 16 seconds. One turnover, that was that fumble lost by Jordan Love toward the end of the first half where the Green Bay ended up losing the lead. Love 18 of 23 passing the ball for 212 yards, 2 touchdowns, both receiving touchdowns for Romeo Doubs. Running the football, Josh Jacobs up to 44 yards on 14 carries. For Dallas, Dak Prescott 19 of 24 for 173 yards. He has 2 passing touchdowns. One of the passing touchdowns was to George Pickens, the other to Jake Ferguson, and Dak Prescott has the rushing touchdown for Dallas, as Dallas leads this game 23-20 as we go the fourth. And the reason this is a 3-point game is because on Green Bay's second touchdown, where they went up 13-0, the extra point was blocked, and Dallas returned it for 2 points. If you take that 2 points off the board and put the point on the board that you figure Green Bay was going to get on the extra point, this would be a 21-21 game right now. So the deciding factor in this game could end up being a blocked extra point for a 2-point conversion. But we still have 15 minutes to go to decide it, and the Packers have a 2nd and 7 at the 33. Love the handoff to Jacobs, and Jacobs will get up to the 38-yard line, setting up 3rd and short for Green Bay as we are underway in the fourth. Third down for the Packers. They need 2 to keep the drive alive. Love out of the shotgun. Jacobs in motion. Love takes the snap. Love in trouble, being pressured. Now he's got room to run. First down, 40, 50. Here goes Jordan Love inside the 40 to the 36. A flag comes in late. Dallas was bringing the blitz. Jordan Love got out of it and runs for 26 yards, but we'll see what the flag is. It's defensive holding on Dallas. So that'll add 5 to the end. So that will put the ball around the 31-yard line of Dallas for the Packers. First down, Green Bay. Football rests at the Dallas 32. They are definitely in game-tying field goal range. Love again fakes the handoff. Love off balance, throws out of bounds, incomplete. 2nd down and 10. Second and 10 for the Packers from the Cowboys 32. Love takes the snap. Love throws over the middle. Pass complete up to the 25. 3rd down and about 2.5 coming for Green Bay. That was Tucker Kraft with another catch. Packers 6 for 8 on third down conversions tonight. They need 3 on this one. Ball rests just inside the Dallas 25. Love hands it off, and this is going to be close, and I think he got it on the first down on the second effort. Like Emmanuel Wilson, who got that carry, was stopped initially, but kept his legs moving for a couple extra yards and getting himself a Green Bay first down. 2.5 minutes into the fourth. First down, Packers at the 21 of the Cowboys. Handoff, this is Josh Jacobs back in the game, and Jacobs will get inside the 20 to the 19. Give Jacobs 2 there, bringing up second down and 8. Packers go back in front with a touchdown. If Dallas can hold them to a field goal try here, it would only tie it. Second down, 7. Love takes the snap. It's a handoff to Jacobs. Jacobs up the middle. Jacobs inside the 10-5. Touchdown, Green Bay. Josh Jacobs from 18 yards out. Packers back in front here in the fourth. $18-yard touchdown run for Josh Jacobs. And back and forth we go in this second half. Extra point would make it a 4-point spread and cause Dallas to need a touchdown, and the extra point is good. And it is 27-23. Green Bay back up by 4. A back and forth second half. That drive took 8 plays, 70 yards, 3 minutes, 55 seconds. A Josh Jacobs 18-yard touchdown puts the Packers back in front. Neither team was doing much offensively at all. Packers all of a sudden are up to 113 yards rushing. Josh Jacobs with 70, and now his second rushing touchdown of the night. Gives the Packers a 27-23 lead. So the Cowboys will have to come back one more time if they want to get out of this game with a win and improve to 2-2. Does Dak Prescott and the Cowboys offense have one more answer offensively? Again, what's coming up for these two teams? Green Bay, after this, has their bye week next week before hosting the Bengals at Lambeau in 2 weeks. Dallas next week heads to MetLife Stadium to take on the Jets. They're hoping to be 2-2 going into that game. Man, the NFC East, the Eagles, the defending Super Bowl champions, they're already off to a 4-0 start and already sit with a 2-game lead in the NFC East. So Dallas really cannot afford to fall any further behind the Eagles. They would fall 3 back if they do not come back here, and the Eagles beat them on opening night. But here we go. Dallas down 4. Green Bay getting set to kick off. Back to Dallas. And the kickoff. Taken at the 3-yard line, across the 10, 15, 20-yard line. That's Turpin on the return, and he will be brought down at the 23-yard line. So not great starting field position this time for Dallas. And it'll be 1st and 10 at the 23. Prescott and the Cowboys, 1st down at the 23, fakes the handoff. Prescott goes to his right, pass complete up to the 28-yard line. That will be a gain of 5 on 1st down. Second down and 5. Football sits at the 28. Prescott the toss. This is Javonte Williams, and Williams bumped out of bounds up around the 30, 31-yard line. So 3rd down coming up for Dallas. Third down for the Cowboys. They need 3 from the 30-yard line. Prescott takes the shotgun snap. Prescott throws, complete, 1st down, Dallas. Up to the 35-yard line. Drive continues with a new set of downs. 1st down from the 35 for the Cowboys. End around here to Turpin, and Turpin will get about 4 up to the 39-yard line. Gain of 4. 2nd down and 6 for Dallas. Clock running. Approaching 9.5 minutes. Both teams their full complement of timeouts here in the second half. Second down and 6. Football at the 29. Do have an injured Packer getting helped off the field. Nate Hobbs, the banged-up Packer, heading to the sideline. 2nd and 6, I think I said 29, ball at the 39-yard line. Prescott throwing right side, open receiver, catch is made up to the 43-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 2 for Dallas on that 4-yard reception. Jalen Tolbert with the grab. Cowboys 2 for 6 on 3rd down conversions tonight. They need 2 on this one to keep the drive alive. 8:45 remaining in the 4th. Prescott on 3rd and 2. Man in motion. Prescott takes the snap. Prescott throws into traffic, incomplete. That was into double, if not triple coverage. And now on 4th and 2, what will Dallas do? Hunter Lepke was the intended receiver, but there were a lot of Green Bay players in the area. Cowboys line up that they're going to go for it. 4th and 2 at their own 43. 8:31 to go. See if they do actually snap it. They do. Prescott on 4th and 2 throws. Pass complete. First down, Dallas on 4th and 2. A gutsy call, and it pays off. And the drive continues for the Cowboys. On 4th and 3, the reception is good for 12. George Pickens again with a big catch. First down at the Packer 45. 5th catch tonight for Pickens. Prescott hands off to Williams. Javonte Williams spins and gets to the 40-yard line. Considerable pickup of 5 for Javonte Williams. 2nd down and 5, midway point of the 4th quarter. Packers leading 27-23. Williams in the backfield again on the 2nd and 5 play. Prescott fakes the handoff to Williams. Now throws, has a man, but too high, incomplete. Tried to find Jalen Tolbert, but the pass a little too high, and it's 3rd down and 5. Tolbert got free from his defender, but the pass a little bit too high out of his reach. And another 3rd down. Cowboys need to get to the 35 for the first. Prescott takes the snap. Prescott in trouble, rolling to his right. Flag comes in. Pass is complete. It's going to be 2 yards shy of a first down, but there were a couple flags that came down in the area of Prescott where he was rolling out. And we'll see what the flag's about. A face mask against Green Bay. Oh, it was Brooks when he went to try to get a hold of Prescott, grabbed his face mask. So another costly penalty. This one goes against Green Bay. Carl Brooks, the defender that grabbed the face mask of Prescott. So that moves the ball to the 23-yard line. 16 combined accepted penalties tonight in this game. This could be a big one for Green Bay. First down at the 22. Prescott hands off again. Javonte Williams gets inside the 20 to the 16. Give Williams 7 on that gain. And the Cowboys have marched it into the Packers' red zone. Cowboys looking for the go-ahead score. It would be the 4th lead change of the second half. Prescott, another handoff to Williams. Williams running room 10, 5, down to the 2. 1st and goal, Dallas. Oh, looked like Javonte Williams was going to head into the end zone, but just got tripped up at the last minute at the 2-yard line. First down and goal at the 2. Actually, going to mark it at the 3 officially. Dallas has scored a touchdown on all three of their previous red zone trips tonight. Here's another handoff to Williams and ends up getting tripped at the 1, just short. 2nd and goal. Going to go under 5 minutes on this snap. Second and goal at the 1. A direct snap to Williams, and Williams is in for the Dallas touchdown. There is a flag, however. See if the formation was incorrect. We'll check the flag. It's offsides against Green Bay, so that's going to be declined. And Dallas retakes the lead on a 1-yard touchdown for Javonte Williams. 4th lead change of the second half as the Cowboys go back in front. This would make it a 3-point lead with the Aubrey extra point. Now we're set to go for Aubrey's extra point. Kick is up, and the kick is good, and the Cowboys are back up by 3, 30-27 with 4:50 to go. A back and forth second half. That drive for Dallas, 14 plays, 77 yards, 6 minutes, 49 seconds. Javonte Williams, 1-yard touchdown run. Cowboys back in front, 30-27. So quickly, let's run down some other sports news outside of the NFL while we have a stoppage here. Of course, in the Ryder Cup, USA was down big entering singles play today. They made a valiant comeback effort, but it came up a little short as Europe retains the Ryder Cup 15-13. The final spread. Europe defeats the Americans. So the Ryder Cup will remain on European soil. WNBA playoffs had their game 4s today. And in game 4, it was Indiana defeating Las Vegas 90-83. So that series is going to a decisive game 5 back in Vegas on Tuesday. Meanwhile, Phoenix and Minnesota, of course, Minnesota without head coach Cheryl Reeve, who was suspended for game 4 with her post-game comments. She was, needless to say, none too pleased with the officiating. And she made that perfectly clear. She got suspended for game 4, and Phoenix eliminates Minnesota 86-81. So the number 1 seed in the WNBA is out in the semifinals. Phoenix is heading to the finals. And it will be Tuesday night in the decisive game 5 between the Fever and Aces to see who the Mercury will play in the finals of the WNBA. But back here, it's 30-27 Dallas, 4:50 remaining. Green Bay's going to get it back. And Aubrey kicks it off. And taken a yard deep in the end zone and kneeled down right there. It'll be a touchback. So here comes Jordan Love and the Packers offense with 4:50 to go. Trailing by 3. So the Packers will have the football with 4:50 to go, down by 3. Does the Green Bay offense have one more stop? Or one more answer, I should say. Does the Dallas defense have a stop? Sorry, I was reading up. My TV provider is YouTube TV. We just went through a dispute 2 years ago with the Disney channels, right around bowl season. Went through a dispute last year with CBS and Paramount. That deal got finalized before anything got done. About a month or two ago, we went through a carriage dispute with Fox, threatening to pull their channels. Now they're threatening a carriage dispute with NBC and Universal. They're not going to have any channels left, so I was just reading on that. But anyway, we're still here tonight. So Jordan Love and the Packers offense back out. Needing at least a field goal to tie this with 4:50 to go. First down, Packers at the 20. Love with the man in motion, takes the snap. Love fakes the handoff. Love in trouble and now throws a little screen pass. And this is going to be maybe a yard on first down. Savion Williams with the reception. Second down coming up for Green Bay. Gain of 2 officially. Second down and 8 from the 22. Hand off to Josh Jacobs. Jacobs stuffed right at the line of scrimmage. No gain for Jacobs. Will bring up third down and 8. Clock down to 4.5 minutes and counting. Both teams still their full complement of 3 timeouts. Packers 7 for 9 on third down conversions tonight. They need 8 on this one. Love on third down and 8. Back in shotgun formation. Love takes the snap. Love dropping back. Love throws. Pass caught. First down. Romeo Doubs up to the 40-yard line. It looked like it was going to be picked. But Doubs, with the concentration, makes the catch and gets Green Bay a very important first down. First down, Packers. And we have a timeout. Romeo Doubs is not too happy about something, as he was barking something at the Packers sideline. Not sure what the issue is there, but Romeo Doubs clearly upset with something. So a timeout here. Play is stopped here with 3:44 to go. Not exactly sure what Romeo Doubs was upset about, but he was clearly upset about something. But when play resumes, Green Bay will have a first down from the 40. So they need to get another 25 yards or so to get into McManus field goal range. Cowboys lead this game by 3, 30-27. It was 7-0 Green Bay after one. Dallas led at the half 16-13. They scored 2 touchdowns in the final 41 seconds of the first half. 23-20 Dallas after 3, and both teams with a touchdown here in the fourth. A second half that has seen 4 lead changes. There's an injured Cowboys player on the field. That was the stoppage. So first down, Packers at the 40. Love intro and just gets rid of it, incomplete. There was a receiver in the area, according to the officiating crew. Second down and 10. Clock is stopped at 3:34. Injured Dallas player that stopped the play was Kenneth Murray Jr. Second and 10 Packers from the 40. Love rolling left, throws a short pass and a screen pass. This will be a Packers first down into Cowboys territory. Up to the 47-yard line. Screen pass and reception for Emmanuel Wilson. First down, Packers at the Cowboy 47. Going to go down under 3 minutes. First down, Green Bay. Only need about 10 more yards to get into McManus field goal range. Here's a handoff to Wilson. And Wilson picks up 3, bringing up second down and 7. Both teams are full complement of 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning, which will hit in 35 seconds. Packers will have to run a play before the 2-minute warning. as the play clock's about 7 seconds ahead. Second and 6 from the 44. Love fakes the handoff. Love pressured. Love throws. Pass dropped. Incomplete. Oh, that's going to be a late hit. Wilson had dropped the pass and then a late hit. That'll cost Dallas 15. Another costly penalty for Dallas. Yeah, you got to lay off there. So that definitely puts Green Bay in field goal range, as that will move the ball to the 29-yard line. Another absolute killer penalty for the Cowboys. .2:12 to go. First down, Packers at the 29 of the Cowboys. This is Jacobs. Jacobs, a big carry. Jacobs inside the 20 to the 15. Gain of 14. That will take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to decide this one, unless we need more. 30-27 Dallas, but Green Bay 15 yards away from a go-ahead score. Exciting finish on the way. Total yards sit at 371 for Green Bay, 306 for Dallas. Jordan Love, 22 of 29, 252 yards and 2 touchdowns. Again, both teams do have all 3 timeouts. But the penalties, that last penalty was Dallas's 10th of the night for 85 yards. Green Bay's been penalized 7 times for 53 yards. The Packers looking for a go-ahead touchdown, and they are 15 yards away. They're definitely in field goal range to at least tie it. But they're thinking touchdown and score. So following the 2-minute warning, the Packers will have a 1st and 10 at the Cowboys 15. Green Bay coming off that tough loss last week in Cleveland to the Browns. Well, the Cowboys trying to get to 500. Cowboys coming off that thumping in Chicago last week against the Bears. So here we go out of the 2-minute warning timeout. Packers 1st and 10 at the Cowboys 15. Toss play to Jacobs, and Jacobs is going to be dropped for a loss of 3 yards on 1st down. And with 1:53 to go, a timeout is called. A loss of 3 will bring up 2nd and 13. Timeout was called on defense by Dallas, so they have 2 remaining. Reddy Stewart got the tackle of Jacobs there for a 3-yard loss. Back to the 18. Green Bay has scored a touchdown on all 4 of their red zone trips tonight. 2nd and 13 from the 18. Love to throw, screen pass. And this may get to the original line of scrimmage, and that's it. Maybe the 14. Emmanuel Wilson with the reception. Here comes 3rd down. 2nd timeout for Dallas with 1:49 left. It'll be 3rd down for the Packers. Dallas down to 1 timeout. 3rd and 10 at the 15 for Green Bay. Green Bay is 8 for 10 on 3rd down conversions tonight. They'll need 10 to convert this one. They need to get to the Cowboys' 5 for a 1st down. 3rd down and 10. Love takes the snap. Love throws. Touchdown, Green Bay! Romeo Doubs, his 3rd receiving touchdown of the night. And the Packers take the lead with 1:45 to go. Lead change number 5 of the 2nd half. Great job by Love to find Romeo Doubs, and now a big extra point. This extra point would cause Dallas to need a touchdown. And it is up, and it is good. And the Packers take a 34-30 lead with 1:45 to go. Dallas did preserve 1 timeout. That Packers drive, 10 plays, 80 yards, 3 minutes, 5 seconds. Jordan Love to Romeo Doubs, 15-yard touchdown pass. And the Packers lead it 34-30. So any fantasy football players had Romeo Doubs tonight, it's going to be a big night for you. First time in his career, Romeo Doubs has had a 3-touchdown game. And this one, 3rd touchdown, comes with 1:45 to go and gives the Packers the lead. Dak Prescott and the Dallas offense have answered here in the 2nd half. Can they answer one more time and drive down the field for a game-winning touchdown? Here's the kickoff. Take it at the 1, across the 10, 15, 20-yard line, 25, 30, down the side, 40. Great return up to the 46-yard line for Turpin. An outstanding field position for the Cowboys and plenty of time, 1:38 on the clock. An outstanding kick return for Keandre Turpin gives the Cowboys hope. First and 10 Cowboys from the 46. They have 1 timeout. Green Bay has all 3 of theirs. Prescott throws in. That's incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10. Threw it to a screen pass as a screen pass, but there was nobody over there. Second and 10. And we have a stoppage here. But it's a brief one as we're set to go. 95 seconds remaining. 34-30 Packers. I think they might be checking to see if that was indeed a forward pass. It was. Threw it from the 35-yard line. Or from the 40-yard line, rather than hit at the 42. So that was clearly going forward. 2nd and 10, Dallas. Prescott throws, pass complete. That's Ferguson. And Ferguson gets down into Green Bay territory. Gain of 7. Sets up 3rd down and 3. Clock running. Dallas preserving their 1 timeout. 3rd and 3 from the Packers 47. Prescott throws over the middle. 1st down, Dallas inside the 30 to the 28, 19 yards. And a Dallas 1st down, 28 yards away. Jalen Tolbert with the reception. Down under a minute. Prescott takes the snap. Prescott throws, left side pass complete, 20-10, and touchdown Dallas. My goodness, George Pickens, a 28-yard reception. Dallas back in front with 43 seconds. 6 second half lead changes. This may be a case of who has the ball last will win. Second receiving touchdown tonight for Pickens. And Dallas retakes the lead with 43 seconds to go. And now Green Bay has all 3 of their timeouts. Aubrey to add the extra point. It is good. 37-34. Dallas with 43 seconds to go. What an answer that was, and quick. 4 plays, 54 yards, 1 minute, 2 seconds. Dak Prescott, 28-yard touchdown to George Pickens, gives them the lead. That's the good news. The bad news is they left Jordan Love 43 seconds on the clock, and he has all 3 timeouts. 6 second half lead changes in this game. Four combined touchdowns scored here in the 4th quarter. So Jordan Love and Green Bay will have 1 more shot. Aubrey set to kick this off. It's taken at the 4, across the 10, 15, and dropped at the 21, 22. Still taking tacklers, however, all the way out to the 26-yard line. So that's where the Packers will start with 35 seconds left. They need to get about 40 yards, 35, 40 yards to get into McManus range. to try to tie it. Dak Prescott trying to pump up the Dallas crowd on that Cowboy sideline. Green Bay, all 3 timeouts. First down at the 26. Love takes the snap. Love throws, pass caught by Jacobs. Jacobs first down across the 40, 45, out of bounds at the 48-yard line. So on one play, Green Bay picks up 22. As they are near midfield, clock is stopped with 28 seconds. First down, Packers. At the Dallas 49. Love looking. Love can't take a sack here, and we'll just throw it out of bounds. Stopping the clock with 22 seconds. Second and 10. Second down and 10 for Green Bay. Ball at the Dallas 39. They need about 15 more yards to get into McManus range. Love on second down. Pass complete. Out of bounds at the 40. It'll be 3rd and 1. Clock is stopped at 17 seconds. Malik Heath with the reception, his first catch of the night. If Green Bay does not get a yard here, this would be a 57-yard field goal attempt. Third and 1 from the 40, just inside the 40. Love, handoff. I don't know that he got it. Jacobs is stuffed. They are giving him the first down at the 39. He just got that first down. Timeout Green Bay with 12 seconds. So the middle of the field is still in play here for Green Bay as they still have 2 timeouts. Remember, earlier in this game, McManus had an extra point blocked, and it was returned for 2 points the other way for Dallas. That's why this game is not 35-35 right now. First down, Packers at the 39. And now a timeout called on defense by Dallas. That's their final timeout. Now there's 12 seconds on the clock, even though the Packers have 2 timeouts. Jordan Love can't waste a whole lot of time rolling out here. It would be a 57-yard field goal from this spot if Green Bay does not gain another yard. Dallas out of timeouts. Green Bay has 2. First down at the 39. 12 seconds on the clock. Cowboys leading by 3. It's a handoff to Jacobs, and Jacobs will get 4 Up to the 35, 8 seconds. Second timeout, Green Bay. So they pick up 4 there. That will make it now about a 53-yard field goal. This will probably be another play in the middle of the field. Probably a run. Unless Love wants to take a shot downfield. Dak Prescott still on the Cowboys sideline trying to get the crowd pumped up. 2nd and 6 at the 35. Love throwing toward the end zone and out of bounds with 4 seconds. Now you're going to have to bring on McManus now, as that took 5 seconds. And McManus coming on to try and tie this game and send it to overtime. This will be a 53-yard attempt. "53-yard try for McManus to send this game to overtime." Snap is good. Kick is away, and the kick is right down the middle, and this game is going overtime. A 53-yard game-tying field goal for McManus. And we are 37-37 after regulation. That was right down the pipe with plenty of room to spare. Brandon McManus from 53 yards out sends this game to overtime. 37-37. Now there will be 10 minutes put on the clock. Now, this is different in the overtime rules this year. As it's been in the NFL in the past, a field goal would not necessarily win the game. The opposing team would get possession. A touchdown would win the game. That is no longer the case. Even if the first team that possesses scores a touchdown, the other team will get an opportunity to possess the football. Green Bay wins the toss, so they will get the football first in overtime. Brandon McManus has sent us to overtime with a 53-yard field goal. 37-37. Green Bay up to 425 yards of offense. Teams have combined for almost 800. Jordan Love, 25 of 34, 302 yards passing. 3 touchdowns. Dak Prescott on the other side, 27 of 35, 256 yards and 3 touchdowns. Time of possession pretty much evened out in this game. 290 yards passing, 302 yards passing for Jordan Love. Green Bay has 135 on the ground, led by Josh Jacobs, 22 carries, 86 yards, and 2 touchdowns. 3 receiving touchdowns for Romeo Doubs. Dak Prescott's pass for 256. Dallas's run for 104. Javonte Williams, 17 carries, 72 yards, and a touchdown. Dak Prescott with a rushing touchdown. 2 receiving touchdowns for George Pickens. He's over 100 yards receiving tonight. Jake Ferguson with the other touchdown for Dallas. Ten-minute overtime. I beg your pardon. I think I said Green Bay won the toss. Dallas actually has won the toss. Here's the kickoff. And a big return for Turpin across the 40. There's a flag down, however. Here in week 4, this is only the second overtime game of the season. Dallas was in the previous one. They beat the Giants in overtime in week 2. Going to get the call on the flag, and this is a hold on Dallas. And so I was right originally. Green Bay won the toss, but they elected to go on defense, which is probably smart with the new rule because that way you know what you need. So instead of a good return for Turpin, the holding call will bring it back. And instead, the Cowboys will start back at the 20. First and 10. Handoff to Javonte Williams. Williams gets 11 and a Dallas first down up to the 31-yard line. First down, Dallas at the 31. First possession of overtime. Prescott throws, pass complete. Up to the 35-yard line, George Pickens. Second down and 6. Second down and 6. Football at the 35. Prescott takes the snap, gives the handoff to Javonte Williams, and Williams will be stuffed after a gain of only about 1. And third down and 5 coming for Dallas. They gave Williams just shy of the 37, so call it third and a long 4. 2 minutes into overtime. Down to 3 on the play clock. Prescott they get the snap off. Prescott looking down the field. Open receiver. That's Pickens again. And out of bounds, George Pickens, a third down conversion for Dallas. Cowboys march it into Green Bay territory. What a night George Pickens has had. First down, Cowboys at the 42. 8th catch of the night for Pickens for 134 yards. Prescott throws, pass complete. That's going to be a minimal gain of about 3. Reception for Luke Schoonmaker, his 3rd catch of the night. Down to 7 minutes in overtime. 2nd down and 7. Aubrey getting ready, just in case he's called on for a field goal try. From the 39, Prescott. Prescott takes the snap. Prescott looking. Prescott in trouble. Prescott hires out of bounds. No, they say it's a catch. Holy cow. That is a catch on the sideline. Sure is. It'll be 1st and goal at the 4. Tolbert with the catch. It looked like Prescott was just throwing the ball out of bounds, but Tolbert was open on the sideline down there, and Prescott somehow found him. 1st and goal, ball at the 5. And Dallas takes their first timeout of overtime. Both teams get 2 timeouts in overtime. My goodness, what a pass completion. .609 to go in overtime. Prescott was being pressured. Green Bay brought the blitz. And Prescott, it looked like he was just throwing the ball out of bounds, and Tolbert wide open on the right sideline. Wow. We saw the incredible catch from George Pickens earlier in the first half, and now this incredible play by Prescott. He's over 300 passing for the night. 1st and goal at the 5. Hand off to Javonte Williams, and Williams will get a yard. It'll be 2nd and goal for Dallas. We go under 6 minutes in overtime. Here comes Micah Parsons back in on defense. 2nd and goal at the 4. Prescott takes the snap. Prescott in trouble. Prescott brought down from behind. He did manage to get a yard, it looked like. I think that was Micah Parsons that brought down Prescott. Yes, it was. 3rd and goal at the 3. Actually, his knee hit, looked like about the 5. That will go as a sack for Micah Parsons. 3rd and goal. Ball at the 4. Prescott looking. Prescott throws it out of the back of the end zone. Incomplete. And now it'll be 4th down, and if you got to kick this if you're Dallas. I know they want to go for it, but you can't. Yeah, they're bringing on Aubrey. I know you want to go for that, but you can't run the risk of an incomplete pass on 4th down and getting nothing. Aubrey coming on for the field goal for the lead. This will be from 22 yards, a chip shot. Kick is up, and the kick is good, and the Cowboys take the lead here in overtime on Aubrey's 22-yard field goal. Not what the Cowboys were hoping for, getting that long completion, but they do get 3 out of it, and now the Packers will get their overtime possession with 4:40 to go. 40-37. That drive for the Cowboys, 10 plays, 76 yards, 5 minutes, 20 seconds. Brandon Aubrey, 22-yard field goal to put the Cowboys in front. Cowboys up to 436 yards now of offense. Dak Prescott, 319 through the air, 31 of 40, 3 touchdowns. George Pickens having a whale of a night catching the football, 8 catches, 134 yards, and 2 touchdowns. But the Packers defense does hold in the red zone and holds Dallas to 3. And now Jordan Love and the Packers can win this game with a touchdown. Both quarterbacks have thrown for over 300 tonight. Dak Prescott's also ran for a touchdown. So here we go. Dallas to kick off. Green Bay knows they need a field goal to tie. A touchdown will win it. Aubrey kicks off. Ball bounces in the end zone, and that'll be downed right there for a touchback. So here comes Jordan Love and the Packers offense. 4:40 remaining. Green Bay has both their overtime timeouts in their possession. Dallas used 1 on their offensive series, so they have 1 left. First down, Green Bay at the 20. Jordan Love in shotgun formation. Love takes the snap. Love with the screen pass, right side. And not much doing here. It'll be a gain of about 3 on first down. Dontavion Wicks with the reception. Second down coming up for Green Bay. Can the Cowboys defense get 1 stop and improve to 500? Or does Jordan Love and the Packers offense have 1 more answer? Down to 4 minutes in overtime. Love in trouble and just throws it into the ground, incomplete. A flag comes in late. I think we may have an ineligible man downfield for Green Bay. So if you're Dallas, do you decline this and set up 3rd down and 6? Or do you make it 2nd and 11? Dallas will decline it. So it's 3rd down and 6. So Green Bay, two plays left. Needing to get 6 yards. Third down and 6 for Green Bay. From the 24. And Dallas will take their final timeout of overtime on defense. Clock is stopped with 3:57 to go. So Dallas out of timeouts. Do still get the 2-minute warning. These are possibly two crucial plays coming up for the Dallas defense, and they want to make sure they're all on the same page. If you can stop Green Bay 2 more times before they get 6 yards, you're getting out of here with the win if you're Dallas. So following the Dallas timeout, it's going to be 3rd and 6 for Green Bay from the 24. 10 for 12 on third down conversions tonight for the Packers. They've been outstanding on third down. Love takes the snap. Love throwing deep down the field, has a man down there, but incomplete. And a flag, I think. I saw a flag come in. Maybe I didn't. Nope. That's the receiver's shoes. They're yellow just like a flag. So this is it. 4th down and 6. Ball game right here. Wicks was the intended receiver. A lot of contact downfield. So here we go. Ball game right here. 4th and 6. But first, Green Bay will take one of their 2 timeouts. So they have 1 remaining. Green Bay must get 6 yards on this 4th down or it's all over. Crowd as loud as it's been all night long. Here we go. Ball game right here. 4th and 6 Packers from the 24. Man in motion. Love takes the snap. Love dropping back. Love throws. Pass caught. 1st down, Green Bay. Watson with the catch. And the game's still alive for the Packers. Or, excuse me, Golden, not Watson. I beg your pardon. 4th and 6. The play goes for 12. Again, Dallas out of timeouts. Green Bay has 1 remaining. 1st down at the 38. Love the handoff. Here's a big gain on 1st down. This will be a good gain of 8 yards up to the 46-yard line. Emmanuel Wilson with the carry. 2nd down and 2. Dak Prescott can only watch from the sideline. Second and 2, Green Bay. 2:40 and counting on the clock. Love, here's another handoff. This will be another 1st down, Green Bay. Into Dallas territory to the 40-yard line. Wilson goes. 13 more for Wilson. And the Packers 1 1st down away from getting into field goal range. 40 yards away from a game-winning touchdown. And this clock will tick down to the 2-minute warning in overtime. 2 minutes left one way or another to decide it. Packers at the Cowboys' 40-yard line with 1 timeout. Trying to march down 40 yards for the game-winning touchdown. Oh boy. We're wondering if there was going to be another football game as good as that Ravens-Bills, the opening Sunday night of the year. This one's definitely close. Both quarterbacks have been absolutely phenomenal tonight. 10 different receivers have caught a pass for Green Bay tonight. 8 different receivers for Dallas. Total yardage, 465 for Green Bay, 436 for Dallas. Over 900 yards combined between these two teams. And Green Bay looking for 40 more for a game-winning touchdown. This would be a 57-yard field goal from here for a tie game. First down at the 40. 2 minutes to go. Love takes the snap. Love looking, throws over the middle, pass complete. First down, Green Bay, 25-yard line. Dallas out of timeouts. Dontavion Wicks with that reception for Green Bay. First and 10 at the 25. Down under a minute and a half. Green Bay going to be very patient now. Love looking, pass is caught inside the 20 to the 19-yard line. Romeo Doubs with another catch. Under 1 minute. Second and 4. Ball at the 19. This is a handoff this time. And this will be another first down for Green Bay as Wilson gets inside the 15 to the 13. Green Bay with one timeout. First down at the 13. Love, pass caught for a loss. And Green Bay's going to have to burn their last timeout right here with 28 seconds. That was a screen pass that fooled nobody. Trayvon Diggs with possibly the defensive play of the game right now for Dallas. Golden lost 3 on that screen pass. Both teams out of timeouts. $28 seconds. Second and 13 for Green Bay. Dak Prescott trying to fire up the Cowboy crowd again. From the 15. Love in trouble. Love gets rid of it. Short pass. That's going to be a loss of a yard. Clock running. 16 seconds. Down to 10 seconds here. Packers are in no hurry. Love, this may be the final play of the game. Love throwing to the end zone. Pass incomplete with 1 second on the clock. So what do you do if you're Green Bay? Do you go for the win? Do you take the tie? They're bringing on McManus. If you're Green Bay, a tie is better than a loss any day. Boy, that was not the greatest clock management there for Green Bay. They almost took too much time. This is McManus. The field goal is up and the kick is good. And this game ends in a 40-40 tie between the Packers and Cowboys. The Packers go to 2-1-1 on the year. Cowboys are 1-2-1. You can't fault that decision for Matt LaFleur. A tie is better than a loss. They almost played themselves into too much time and into a loss. Green Bay goes into their bye week next week. The Cowboys go to the Jets. 40-40 final score. Jordan Love's final numbers: 31 of 43, 337 yards, 3 touchdowns. All 3 passing touchdowns to Romeo Doubs. Josh Jacobs, 22 carries, 86 yards, and 2 rushing touchdowns. For Dallas, Dak Prescott, 31 of 40, 319 yards, 3 touchdowns. 2 of those passing touchdowns to George Pickens. The other to Jake Ferguson. Running the ball, Javonte Williams, 20 carries, 85 yards. The leading rusher tonight for Dallas. Packers ended up with 489 total yards of offense. Cowboys, 436. Penalties, a big story tonight. Cowboys penalized 11 times for 95 yards. Packers penalized 7 times for 53 yards. 925 yards of combined offense between the two teams. And it all leads to a 40-40 final between the Packers and the Cowboys. Packers 2-1-1 on the season. Cowboys 1-2-1 on the year. Oh boy. What an interesting finish that was. Okay. Going to sign off here for the night. Again, my name is John, Sports Bonanza John here on YouTube. If you like my content, would appreciate a like and subscribe. That would really help out a lot. Was on Kick tonight as well under Sports Kick John. Also have some content on Twitch at Sport Guru John. Again, I'll be back with you tomorrow night for another live stream of the Jets and Dolphins Monday night game. It's a 7:15 kickoff Eastern time. I'll be on about 5 minutes prior, around 7:10 Eastern time, and then be back on with you as well on Tuesday for some playoff baseball as well. Talk to you tomorrow night on the live